What's up, friends? You are watching Doug v Carburetor. Big surprise. We've got a snowblower in the shop today for a change with a Tecumseh motor. I know. Unexpected. What you're looking at here is a Gold Series Fancy Pants. Basically an 826 yard machine. They're calling it 8.5 horsepower, but this is a flathead Tecumseh. So I don't know where they're getting that extra half from. I think they were being a little bit too generous on that one. We actually traded, if you saw my last video, we got that Brute running. We traded that for this, plus a couple pesos. No big deal. Doesn't run, I'm told. Okay, not seized. Sounds like it's got compression. Uh-oh. Yep, there's some pretty stank gas in there, probably from about 16 Christmases ago. Wonder why she won't start. Does she have any liquefied? Oh my gosh. Oh man. All right. So there's water in the oil, just a bit. Either that or somebody melted a Three Musketeers bar down there. This one may not be as straightforward as I thought. Here's what we're gonna do. Y'all see this? Oh, I started loosening her up. I know the lighting's not great. That is water coming out of that oil. Oh, that's a lot of water. Well, there you go. Hold on, I want to get another shot of that. That is... All right, well, there's your problem. I mean, it wasn't seized, and it sounded like it had compression, so... All right, I'm going to continue emptying that out. We're going to have to do some work on clearing that crankcase out, but there you go. There's your dinner, as Tara would say. Right, y'all know I'm always saying life is hard and harder if you're stupid. I may have underestimated how much fuel there was in this particular tank. Can I move this off the tire without throwing fuel across the garage? Better than nothing. And I think I'll just put that there to catch all of the drippy drips. There we go. That'll work. No big deal. Alrighty, in an effort to get Poseidon and his buddies out of my crankcase, man, that is messy. We are going to, I got the spill open still. This is just some leftover, I don't know, it might have been from my Subaru or my mother's Subaru. I don't know, it doesn't matter. This oil isn't gonna stay in there. I don't even have the cap on. We're just gonna dump it right through. Hopefully, this will help us push out some of that sludge, but the reality is I'm gonna have to fill it, run it for about 20 minutes to get it nice and warm, and then drain the oil again. That's the only way to get all that carp out of there. All right, let's see if that did anything to push some more junk out. I think I hear it. Alrighty, so it's hard to tell, but there is some new oil mixed in with that old sludge. I might do that one more time. I'm just gonna let that sit for a while. Maybe even give a little tilty to the whole unit. What do you think? It's better than nothing anyway. Yeah. Oh boy. We got some mint jelly. I just pulled that from inside the intake. Alright, this one may be a little more interesting. We may have to pull the head off to see what's going on in there, but let's start with the carburetor. It's also weird to me that this is all wet, but the bottom of this schnoozle tube I think was just loose. So that's probably what we're looking at there. You can tighten that up. There we go. Yeah, that was probably just oil leaking down. Very interesting unit. I'm assuming it was kind of neglected. Definitely left outside. Rode hard, put up wet, that kind of thing. Alright, let's see if we have spark before we go over to the bench there. This has actually become one of my new favorite tools. You can kind of just cram it in there and ground it right out. Let's see. If you keep an eye right in that glass tube, you'll know immediately if we have spark. There you go. That's all there is to her. Just for shits and giggles here, let's wipe this out. I'm assuming and hoping that there was water in there because it was in the carb and we sucked it in pulling it over. Let's Sprinkle a little bit of 2-stroke fuel in there. Here we go. And I don't know, let's just see if she'll start real quick. I know it's got no oil in it. It is what it is. I just want to see if she'll bark. Oh, well, there's your problem. That thing is soaking wet with water. See, a little bit of propane will dry out the cylinder in there. I smell burning pine needles. Let's try that again. What do you think? I know what some of you are thinking. Don't pour hot gas in there. It's not going to be warm enough to spontaneously combust. Well, there you go. That's all I needed. Alrighty friends, I know you can hear the gang of Angry Hornets machine in the background. I'm not going to apologize. That is a necessary part of today's festivities. We've got is the carburetor here. We're all ready to have a hot meal. Let me get my big screwdriver. Well, you can already see that ain't too good. That's the water that's coming out of there, or the fuel rather. Fuel. Now this is a newer Tecumseh. It does not have the adjustable main jet or pilot jet, which is in here. And the bowl nut is 13 mil instead of 17ths. That's how you can tell. It doesn't really matter. The only difference is one's adjustable and one's not. Okay, moment of truth. Do you think there's mint jelly or chunks of granola? I think Tabasco sauce. I see some Tabasco on there. You guys see it? I think this carburetor is filled with Tabasco hot pepper sauce, and I was right. There you go. Put that on your eggs, some huevos rancheros, real good, but unfortunately not so great in a carburetor. No big deal. Ultrasonic's gonna get that bad boy all tuned up again. We know what the issue was. Neglect. It's a story old as time. Boy meets snowblower, boy falls in love with snowblower. Summer comes, boy neglects snowblower. Next winter, snowblower's full of H2O no. See, all that water in there has caused a lot of rust. So this is, I'll bring you guys in if there's anything worth looking at, like this chowder. Well, here's a problem. We might not be able to get this out. Oh, there we go. And thankfully, our needle's not too rusted, but that linkage that holds the needle on is, just broke. This is the weak part on these carburetors. This little piece of wire, you can barely even see it, can't you? This little piece of wire that holds the needle to the seat, what am I talking about? That holds the needle to the float, it rusts right off, and there's no easy way to replace it. They don't sell this part, to my knowledge. I haven't been able to find it. Kind of have to buy a whole new carb, so. Let me finish tearing this thing down and I'll decide what we're gonna do about it. This one is severely corroded from all the water in there. Alrighty, now while I'm waiting for the carburetor parts to come out of the soup pot, I'm gonna work on the edge of this clamshell. I'll be honest, a lot of times I would write off a unit that was this badly damaged on the edges, but the rest of it's so solid, we'll give her a shot, see if we can't bend her back into shape. And I'm gonna have to go out to the old pile of parts, the wall of shame back there, and see if I have some new guides. I think I do. See if we can't bang this back into some kind of snowblower shape. Oh boy. I'm just begging to smash myself in the knee with a friggin' ball peen hammer, aren't I? I'm gonna bend over this corner a little bit on both sides to give it a little bit of rigidity back so that maybe this won't happen again. That's obviously a little more of a than it had from the factory, but I want to give this corner some rigidity. All right, one more ka-thwack. Oh, perfect. That's just what the doctor ordered. Alrighty, friends, we're halfway through. Let's see how she's doing, and maybe we'll flip the actual carburetor itself over. Looking good though, not too bad, right? That's pretty impressive. So, if we had it sitting like this, maybe we'll do something like that. Yeah, there you go. Flip this guy. Flip this guy. Why not? All right, another 15 minutes in the soup. Alrighty, friends, our carburetor stew is pretty much done. The first thing you got to do when parts come out of the ultrasonic cleaner is wipe them down. As I've said before, the ultrasonic cleaner is designed to break the stuff up, but it doesn't really have any mechanism for carrying the dirt, grime, grease, debris away. That's our job. So, very first thing you want to do is wipe her down, then take compressed air and fire it through all of the passageways, literally all of them. And you should see, well, it's brake clean and water, but liquid coming out the other side. Good way to get your seat out. Here, I'll demonstrate it now. Cup your hand over the bottom. I missed this last time. And then blow air in here. Did I get it or did I lose it? Oh, it's still in there. Well, that usually works. Another way to get the seat out, if that doesn't work, you know every pick set comes with the one super weird, it's got like 14 angles in it, and when you open the pick set, you're like, what in the fork am I supposed to use that for? This is what you're supposed to use it for. This is the only one that works right. Stick it down in there and just sort of twist it and pull. I have to do it a couple times. Boy, this seat is kicking my butt. It's just a little chunk of rubber in there. Oh, there it goes. Did I get all of it? Yeah, where'd it go? I want to be able to show y'all. Yeah, so if you're not sure if you got it or not, stick something metal down there. If you get a metal on metal sound, you got it out. Here's what the seat looks like, if y'all don't know. If you work on snowblowers, I recommend you go on Amazon and buy yourself the 30 pack or whatever. That's what I did. That's your seat right there. It sits at the bottom of the bore for your needle, which is connected to this, which is where your fuel enters the carburetor. This is your inlet. And the whole idea of the seat is to seal it so that when the bowl is full, it doesn't continue letting fuel in because that would flood your engine. So to put these in, you're just gonna... I swore I wasn't gonna do the step-by-step this time, and here I am, once again, step-by-stepping with you fine folks. So we washed off this bowl gasket because I'm out of them right now, and hopefully it works. I'll tell you, I've had the weirdest luck doing this to reuse bowl gaskets. This thing's hard. I mean, look at it. It's not as supple. It's a little crunchy, but it's not cracking yet. So what I've been doing is taking my old crusty bowl gaskets, assuming they're not starting to crack yet, and hitting them with either fluid film or WD silicone. Now I know there's gonna be a whole bunch of old head keyboard gangsters who want to tell me why this doesn't work, but it does work. So maybe fork off, huh, bud? Now ideally I would get new bowl gaskets, but I'm out of them, and as y'all know, it's impossible to get anything restocked right now. So listen, either the world doesn't keep going or we all find different ways. Nah, that's not gonna work though, I can tell you that already. Well, maybe, we'll give her a shot. When you put it on loose, you should be able to feel some resistance from the gasket. That's how you can tell if it's gonna seal or not. If it just slides like this, that gasket's probably too hard. But we're gonna give her a shot anyway. I've got a new fiber gasket that goes over here. See if we can't crank her down tight enough. There's nothing worse than trying to sell somebody a snarl blower, and the second you put it on their driveway, it pisses 93 octane all over the place. Maybe. We'll see. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room real quick. The fact that there was water and mixed sludgy oil and stuff in the cylinder. There are a few ways we could have gone with that. We could have taken the head off and cleaned the cylinder out. The reason I didn't do that is because I was able to get it to light, which means it's not so sludgy that it won't pop off. What I'm hoping happens is I can get her outside and lit, and we'll just burn that out. And you'll see, this muffler will be spewing smoke for the first few seconds. We'll steam and burn all that crap out, and then we'll be good to go. Now, had she not popped off, I would have had no choice but to do that, meaning if I couldn't propagate spark inside the cylinder because of the amount of sludge and water and crap, you get it. Y'all are some bad friends. You were gonna let me wheel this outside and run it without putting a lick of Earl in it, weren't you? What I got here is nothing but the finest. Oh, this is 520. Let me see, hold on. Like I said, 520, that's exactly what I wanted to put in here. Usually I would put some 30 weight in a machine like this. They all call for something different, but I don't know. I honestly don't believe it really matters. I could be wrong. I'm sure there are lots of you out there that are insulted by that notion. As long as it's not 0 weight or 40 weight, screw it. Get something, some kind of liquefied dinosaur in there. These old Tecumsehs are good for her. You probably put your cooking oil down there, coconut oil, whatever you got. Alrighty friends, this unit does have electric start, but I do not like using the electric start unless we absolutely have to. So I got faith in these old Tecumsehs. Got her all primed up. Throttle up, choke up, key on. Oh, buddy, she kicked to life right away, but man, was she smoky. You saw that, right? All right, what do we gotta do here? What do you say we cut this one here? I'm actively trying to make my videos on this channel shorter in an effort to make them more palatable. So what I'll do, instead of dropping 40-minute long videos, is I'll drop part 1, part 2, you know, in about 20-minute videos. You guys can let me know down there in the squawk boxes what you think about that. Do you prefer the long form, get it all out of the way in one sitting, or whatever? You can let me know. Point is, we got this bad boy running, and when I went inside after working on this thing all day, I was talking to Eric, and I found out something that I didn't previously know. He knew the story of this blower. It sat underwater. There was water up to the handlebars on this thing, and it sat like that for some time. So no wonder there was water everywhere. I was thinking it had been outside and rainwater got in. I don't know. I was scratching my melon trying to figure out what in the fork could have happened to that blower. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to talk to Eric when he dropped it off, but the truth of the matter is that thing was sitting underwater. Had I known that, step 1 would have been take the motor off of the deck and get the whole thing cleaned out. But we got her running. In the video here, it was still running a little rough. There was still a little bit of water in the cylinder and possibly in the tank, but we worked it all through. She's running like a top now. I think I'll do a second video, maybe on just getting it fine-tuned, and I got some footage painting the clamshell and whatnot. You can let me know if you'd like the part 2 down there, but by all means, let me know what you thought about this one. This was definitely one of my more intense snowblower recoveries. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. That would be huge. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subs on this channel so that I can get it monetized, so that we can start doing some more exciting stuff. I want to get go-karts in here. Eric and I are talking about a 2-stroke quad build for this spring. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.